Welcome to this edition of Black Knight News. I am Randi Scruggs.
And I'm Martha Bradley.
The Farmington Board of Education approved a recommendation by L.J. Hart & Company to refinance and refund district bonds for a savings of $732,000 during the board meeting on Tuesday. The district heard from Sam Woodring and Kelly Lyerman of L.J. Hart & Company about the refinancing and refunding some of the school district's bonds. The district was able to save $732,000, which is $50,000 more than what was expected. On the topic of the bond issue, Black Knight News reporter Alexandria McKinnon asked Mark Krause about what is happening now.
A few months ago, on April 8th, the Farmington School District proposed a bond issue for about $28 million. This bond issue consists of different doors, the roofs being fixed, and an expansion on technology. The bond issue also consists of a new gym in the high school and also new wings in the building. I asked Director of Operations Mark Krause what part of the bond issue is being handled now.
We're finishing up some projects now. The door and hardware is pretty well finished up, just working on some issues that we have problems with. Rockville's been good about coming back and taking care of those issues. So just working through those, the finishing up the projects from the summer. HVAC at the middle school was a huge project, and they're just getting the controls adjusted. Our school district's learning to be able to monitor things and be able to take care of it. So just some training stuff with the HVAC. We've put out some RFPs to get bids on early childhood and on what we're calling the East Campus, which is additions at middle school and Lincoln entry vestibule, and then also some 5 classrooms at Roosevelt. So those are out, have been bid, and been approved by the board to go to Brockmiller. They're beginning construction this week, starting to set things up and get ready to break ground on those here in the next week or so. So that's a project that's underway. We've had to do a little bit of skimming off the top, so some value engineering. So we're still working through a few of those things at the East Campus, but pretty well got it set and ready to go. And then now we're working through value engineering, taking a recommendation to the board actually this evening for awarding the bid for early childhood center, which is going to be an addition at Truman Elementary.
There are many steps to go about in the improvements in the bond issue, who you work with, and how the school day will be flexible with the improvements going on. I asked Mark what steps everyone had to go about to prepare for this new thing in the bond issue.
But getting ready for it, we've had lots of meetings with the community, lots of meetings with teachers and administrators at the buildings that this is going to affect. They've given lots of input on what they want. Some of that we are able to put in, some of that we're not able to do. So we try to give them as much as we can to make it as a good project as we can, as meaningful for them, because they're the ones that are going to be in the building. So we want them to have what they need or they think they need. So as long as we can work with the budget, then it goes to the architect. They design as close to that as they can. Then the architect brings back drawings, go back and forth trying to adjust what the groups want, and then we decide on a final project, and the project goes out for bid, which is an RFP to different construction general contractors, and then the general contractor brings it back a bid. We open those bids and find out which one is acceptable, which one is the lowest. Is a lot of times the ones you take. Sometimes it's not always the lowest, but most times it's the lowest, and then you make some adjustments on things that you have to. But that's where we're at on those 2 big projects. One is beginning, and the other one is just getting ready to be taken to the board for a recommendation to see if they approve it.
There are many future improvements in the bond issue, such as the expansion in the upcoming year 2016 in the high school. From Black Knight News, I'm Alexandria McKinnon reporting from Farmington High School.
Thanks, Alexandria. This Saturday, the United Methodist Women will hold their 6th annual Cookie and Candy Walk. The event will begin at 10 a.m. and will be held at Memorial United Methodist Church, located at 424 North Street. The women have worked all year in organizing this event and have recruited over 30 church members to bake and donate treats such as Divinity, Boston Cream, Peanut Brittle, and a myriad of cookies. The cost is $5 for every pound of candy and cookies. Everyone who attends is given a container for their treats, which are weighed once and the shopper is finished.
With a great deal of support from the community, the Nighttime Snack Program raised more than $1,500 in their continuing effort to keep students fed while they're away from school. On December 13th, a donation rummage sale was held at Parkland Chapel. Items were not priced. Instead, customers were asked to make a donation for the program. The rummage sale was designed to help provide students from the district with meals over Christmas break. The program was feeding over 220 kids every weekend, and over Christmas break, they expect to be serving over 300 kids. While the snack program made a generous amount of money, the rummage sale also benefited the community in other ways. The items that were still remaining at the end of the day were made available to families whose children received the backpacks from the nighttime snacks and to other charities in the community. To make a donation to the Nighttime Snack Program or to volunteer, contact Melissa Pritchett at 573-315-8412.
Students at Truman Kindergarten Center took the initiative to spread a little holiday cheer to children who are spending their Christmas at St. Louis Children's Hospital. According to Lindsay Smith, the school counselor at Truman Kindergarten, school staff provides their students the opportunity for moral action through character counsel and service learning projects. Over the last couple of weeks, donations have poured in and the students have been working hard at work making cards to accompany the gifts. The school has been receiving items such as activity books, coloring books, crayons, markers, stickers, books, action figures, princess items, stuffed animals, Play-Doh, board puzzles, and games. This week, the students placed the donations in cinch bags and spent the time talking about generosity.
Farmington High School senior Jessica Heberly was named the winner of the Local Voice of Democracy audio essay contest on Friday. The contest is sponsored by the Farmington VFW Ladies Auxiliary and allows students the opportunity to express themselves in regards to democratic ideas and principles. In order to participate in the contest, the student must write an essay based upon a prompt and record their essay. This year's prompt was, "Why are veterans important to our future?" After winning the local round, Heberly will now advance to the district level. If she moves past the district level and takes the state competition, she will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Washington, D.C. and the opportunity to compete for a $30,000 scholarship to the school of her choice.
The Farmington Elks Lodge 1765 is proud to announce that the Farmington High School Student of the Month for December is Brenna Norton. She adds the Student of the Month award to her honors and awards that include Girl State Representative, Community Service Ribbon, Celebrate Freedom Foundation, Air Force Association, Kitty Hawk Air Society, National Honor Society, and many others. Congratulations, Brenna.
Christmas shopping season is coming to an end, and the United Way of St. Francis County is still in need of bell ringers. Volunteers are needed at Wishing Wells in Farmington, Leadington, and Bismarck. The money raised by the United Way's bell ringers is used to fund local agencies in St. Francis County, and it goes towards the goals organization of $180,000.
When we return from the break, a rare donation to the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign and Washington University to receive Alzheimer's research funds.
With everything always improving, why is our banking falling behind? With monthly service fees and ATMs that take your money right back. Introducing Kasasa. Free hard-working accounts. You'll earn when you bank and earn when you swipe. And get those ATM fees back in your pocket. Free checking with rewards. Carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
We are here, planet Earth, made from about 70% water. That's 326 billion gallons, give or take. That's enough to fill the office water cooler 652 quadrillion times. You'd think with that much water, we'd never run out of fresh fish. But in the US alone, we ate almost 5 billion pounds of seafood just last year. That's a little over 49 fillets per person. Brighter future for everybody. Happy oceans, happy customers, and great tasting seafood for everyone.
Salvation Army spokesman says someone has dropped a gold tooth into a holiday collection kettle. Spokesman Rick Carroll said Thursday that he has found diamond rings, silver bars, and four-leaf clovers, but has never heard of a tooth donation. He says the item could be worth up to $100 depending on the amount of gold it contains. Carroll says he worries that the donation may have been unintentional and he is temporarily hanging on to the tooth in case someone claims it.
Federal funds will approve $30 million for Alzheimer's disease research at Washington University in St. Louis over the next 5 years. The university announced Tuesday that the National Institutes on Aging and the National Institutes of Health have renewed grants that provide the funding. The research includes the effort to identify biological changes or biomarkers that can detect the disease and track its progression. The goal is to start Alzheimer's treatments years before the patients develop memory loss and dementia.
Pizza Hut is letting customers play mad scientists, giving them the freedom to make pies with honey sriracha sauce or add curry flavor to the crust. The reworked menu is one of several major moves at old standby restaurant chains, including Red Lobster and Olive Garden, as they try to adjust to changing tastes. Many customers have turned their backs on chain restaurants and are demanding more variety, exotic flavors, and higher quality food. These new atypical flavors and new ingredients are part of a menu overhaul that hits stores on November 19th.
A blanket denial from Bill Cosby's lawyer dismissing allegations of sexual abuse by the comedian against several women has been clarified with a subsequent statement. The new statement released Monday says that Cosby's denials do not refer to the accuser Andrea Constead, whose civil lawsuit against him was settled in 2006. Differences between Cosby and Constead were resolved to the mutual satisfaction of both parties, according to the new statement, jointly issued by lawyers for both Cosby and Constead.
The FBI confirmed Friday that North Korea was behind the cyber attacks on Sony Pictures. The FBI said that it had determined that the intrusion into Sony Pictures Entertainment consisted of the deployment of destructive malware and the theft of proprietary information, as well as employees' personally identifiable information and confidential communications. While it has seen a rising number of cyber breaches, the destructive nature of this attack, coupled with its coercive nature, sets it apart. Conflicting messages about the interview and its fate appeared late Thursday night. One, posted publicly, told the studio it has suffered enough and is free to release the interview. At the same time, a private message sent to some Sony executives Thursday night told them that they had made a very wise decision when they canceled the Seth Rogen, James Franco comedy.
Exodus, Gods of Kings takes the #1 spot in the box office this week, followed by The Hunger Games: Mockingjay, which is its fourth week. The Penguins of Madagascar comes in third, bringing in $7.12 million this weekend. Films Unbroken, Into the Woods, and The Gambler will all hit theaters the day after Christmas.
That's it for this edition of Black Knight News. I'm Martha Bradley.
And I am Randi Scruggs. Have a safe break and a Merry Christmas.